Today we're going to be working on multi-digit multiplication. So multi-digit means that our factors, remember when you're doing multiplication, it's factor times factor equals product. Multi-digit means that we're going to have multiple digits in both of our factors. So both of our factors are going to be more than one digit. Let's dive into the very first problem. Make sure you have your graph paper. We're going to be working all of these out on graph paper, and you're going to glue them into your notebook. So when you're using your graph paper, you should have one number in each box, and it will help us line up our numbers beautifully. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, when you start multiplying, we start with the number in the ones place on the bottom, and we multiply straight up. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 goes there, bring up the 1. Then we multiply across. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Remember to pause the video if I'm going too fast. Then we multiply way across. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now here's the tricky part that a lot of people forget. Make sure you put your 0 in. Because we're going to be multiplying by the 1 in the tens place. So reality, we're multiplying by 10. So we need to make sure you put that 0 in. I'm going to go ahead and cross out my little things I brought over as well. Now we start with our 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. You do not have to draw all the arrows if you don't need to. That's just to remind you what we're doing. Now let's go ahead and add it up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 7 plus 4 is 11. 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is 3,185. Make sure you have that copied correctly, and we're going to jump into the next problem. For this next problem, we've got 3,276 times 45. So let's do it. Remember, we're going to start with our 5. We're going to say 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 3 is 38. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 13. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Remember, each number gets its own box. Let's go ahead and cross off the numbers we brought over and add our 0. 4 times 6 is 24. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Let's add it up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 3 is 4. 6 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1. Let's read this number. 147,420. 147,000. Remember we say 1,000 where that comma goes. 420. Now it's going to be your turn. I'm going to give you this problem. I want you to go ahead, write it down, and work it out. Then when you come back and you already put your answer into the question, we're going to work it out together to see if we got the same answer. So go ahead and work it out. So for this one, our first question is going to be 9 times 8. And I know 9 times 8 is 72. 2 times 8 is 16. Add our 7, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. While I'm doing this, you should be checking your work to see if you have the same work I do. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 is 26. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 2 is 58. Add your 0, cross out what you brought over. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. Let's add those together. 3 plus 6 is 9. 6 plus 1 is 7. 8 plus 3 is 11. 15 and 3. You should have gotten 351,792. If you did not get that number, I want you to erase your work or move on to the side and rework it out to see where you went wrong. Compare your work with mine to see where your mistake was. And I'm going to have you do this very last, very challenging problem. This one is 5,642 times 134. Let's test your multi-digit multiplication skills. Go work it out, put your answer in, and then come on back to see if you got the correct answer. All right, let's start here. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Add your 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times, let's cross these out. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Now we got to add 2 zeros. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. Let's add it up. 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 12 plus 4 is 16. 12, 13, 14, 15, and 7. You should have gotten 756,028. If you did not get that, make sure you are checking your work to see where you went wrong. And if you have questions, make sure you always ask. That's going to be the end of our notes for today. Make sure you glue down your graph paper into your notebook so you can keep these and reference them while you're doing some more problems in your math book.